Hello, this is Pastor Jay, and I just want to talk about something for a minute. You've seen the videos that went viral on Bishop Whitehead, and all I want to do is caution everyone to let's just slow down on him. I know that discernment tells us that he's a scammer, but I want to say this, and I'm probably the only one that may say this on this behalf. There may be a time where it's not. Maybe this really did happen. Maybe this is a situation where he owed somebody and they came to collect, but he still was violated. His family was violated. And if this is not a scam, we need to show some empathy for him. I heard an interview with Tasha K. Shout out to her and Larry Reed and all of the vloggers out there, because I'm small time, but I just want to think about this. Let's just be careful as we put our mouth on him. Let the police do their job as we did with Jesse Smollett, and let us get revealed to us what really went on. There's only one part of this that really got me tripping. And I want you to go back and look at all the videos that's out there. I don't need to put his video out there. But remember when they came in and the camera kind of shifted to the left where you really couldn't see anything but him laying down, kind of, sort of. And if the camera would have stayed right where it was, we would have been able to see more. So my question is, why did the camera shift like that? It was being live streamed. You may say the person that was, when they saw the person come in, they got nervous, but just something about the camera shifting that throws me off. I'm not going to speak long on this, but I want you to understand that we need to be careful, because if this is about publicity and he did get robbed, he's the number one person for search engine right now. And if it comes to the fact that it is true, you're giving him even more publicity. But I thought about this. Because of the way he was raised, because he didn't have, he figures it benefits him to, and he, like he said, I want to have the right to wear what I want to wear. And that's true. You do have the right to wear that. But wearing excessive riches does not make you godly. It does not inspire people to be like you, because you can get that without God. I know I did. So where's the happy medium? Yeah, you can wear what you want to wear, but the thing about it is the Bible says if it offends your brother or sister, then you need to consider them. And what I see in him is that the narcissism of not consideration for those who don't have. There are people, let's be honest, there are people that will never have. They will never have what he has. They will never have what most people have. They will never have the riches. But you alienate them, and you may cause them to do something they not normally would do because you are flossing in front of them. And that's where I think that he misses the point. It's humility that does that. Yes, you can wear what you want to wear, and you've earned the right to do that. But if you're called by God, it's about the people first. And it's not about the material things, because what is it to gain the whole world and lose your soul? The bling bling is the world. It's not your soul. And if you lose your soul and have the bling bling, what is the problem? What's the difference? Then you got the man who built bigger barns because he said, you know what? I'm gaining so much that I'm going to build bigger barns for myself. And he tore down what he had and built bigger barns. And the Bible says that God said, fool, your soul is required of you today. The Bible clearly talks about how hard it is for a rich man to get in heaven, because his riches is his God. Think about the richest 5 men in the world. They do not bling. One of the richest men in the world drives a Prius. He can drive anything he wants. The richest man in the world. You just talking about temporary rich people. You talking about generational wealth people do not show off like that, because they understand the purpose for money. They understand the possession of money. They understand the power of money. But the biggest power is influence. And if you influence people with the world, you'll get the world. Whatever you sow into, that's what you will reap. Regardless if he had a church that's a storefront or not, the key is souls being saved. And I just want us to be careful as this unwinds. and discernment is needed. And there is something going on. Maybe not what we think, but maybe, just maybe, this man did get robbed. And if he did, as men and women of God, we need to leave room for that possibility. As far as when he says, touch my prophet, touch not thy anointed, and do that prophet no harm, that's taken out of context. That's lets me know he's not a biblical literist, or he doesn't understand the Bible in its context, because that has nothing to do with him. That has something to do with specifically with King David and Saul. Because if that's the case, all the disciples of Jesus Christ ended up being touched and done harm, especially Paul. So we can understand through the context of understanding things about the men and women of God, that's not really that big of a deal. And that's not a thing that we use as a mantra to warn people and use the Bible as to scare people into criticizing us. Because if that's the case, what he's using is he's using that robbery as that, and then he's using the criticism that he's getting to not receive it. But sir, that was to the Israelites. You're not an Israelite. And second of all, if you do claim to be an Israelite, you're not King David or King Saul. The prophets of God, even Jesus said, you killed the prophets. And the people went on. You killed the